So I can't just show you all of the good without none of the bad. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and today a series of the trades that I've taken have just not gone according to plan. This is, of course, following my day of Friday, where I cleared a little bit over $31,000. First off, $31,000 is not an average day for me, not by any means, right? But today, when it comes down to the series of trades that I've taken, we are finally getting confirmation of the Nasdaq market pulling on back. It has a very common support level right around that 370 range, a very common resistance range right around 371.50. But my position is in SQQQ, and as of right now, I'm down about 2,000, 1,800. It continues to teeter-totter within that area. I would be more than happy to add more to my position when direction becomes favorable, but as of right now, it's just not it. I just went ahead and I re-entered SQQQ, and the reason why is we are finally showing signs of a resistance. We broke below the EMA line, and I'm waiting to see if we actually begin to make some progress down to the moving average and maybe a little bit closer down to this previous support range. And of course, and there it goes, we just got the first sell signal. But of course, as the Nasdaq market sells off, SQQQ goes up. So for those that have ever been asking the question, how do you make money when the Nasdaq market sells off? Do I have to short? Well, no, there's this thing called an inverse ETF, and this goes up when the Nasdaq market goes down. But I wanted to make sure that I showcase even when I'm red on the trade and see if I can chip away at that red, or if I end up either break even or slightly in the green. I'll keep you guys up to date here on YouTube, and also I'll post the updates within our trade ideas if you're part of my LPP team. One of the things that I quickly want to remind you, again, there's no reason to overcomplicate what's going on this week. There were a series of economic reports that were released. I almost don't even care about any of those. All I'm waiting for is the FOMC rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern time this Wednesday, September 20th. I cannot stress this enough. This is what everyone is waiting for, right? There is this Fed rate monitor tool that you guys can find on investing.com. I'm sure some other people have other type of Fed rate monitor tools. I've never seen this. A 100% probability that the Federal Reserve will pause. That means that we should not be expecting a rate hike. But the thing that I'm really interested in is not just if the market is meeting this expectation, but as well as what is Jerome Powell going to say on the economic data that him and the Federal Reserve have reviewed to make that decision, and how will the market react? Remember, the FOMC rate decision is announced at 2 p.m., but 30 minutes after, Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve, goes live, which again, I will be live streaming on my YouTube channel for free. So just another reason to subscribe. But he goes live. He gives his quick little summary that he always says about working towards that 2% inflation goal. And then he goes ahead and answers a couple of questions from reporters. And it's how he answers those questions that will determine if the market will remain bullish or go back to being bearish, right? As of right now, taking a further step back, again, who cares about what trades I'm taking today, right? I want you to be aware of where the current market is at. We have a very common support range, right? We could see a common support range right around this 370, a very common resistance range right around 377. So I'm excited to see that based off of what is reported on Wednesday, if we'll begin to see the market begin to go up, breaking above the EMA line and the moving average, or if we break below the support and begin to make some progress closer to 350. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think. But again, my goal every single day leading up to this FOMC rate decision is to close out all of my trades so I don't get stuck bag holding a position on Wednesday. We all know that's one of the worst feelings, where the worst or where a bad trade turns into a worse trade, and that's simply because the lack of risk management. So make sure that you end up not being that same person that ends up putting yourself in a worse position. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. There's no such thing as avoiding red days. Your job is not to avoid them. Your job is to manage them. So again, I just want to encourage you, be selective, stay disciplined, and make sure that risk management is A1 if you choose to take any trades before that FOMC rate decision. I do want to remind you, I will be live streaming the FOMC meeting this week for free on my YouTube channel on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you don't want to miss it, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on your post notifications, because if not, then YouTube will not notify you when it is that I go live. I hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session. If you want to get an inside look on the next series of trades that I'm going to be taking, again, I trade live every single day, and if you want to learn more about it, that's going to be the second link in the description down below. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.